Hello, thank you so much for coming back to join me for this week's Monday Must-Have. So today I do have the new Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder to try out, do a little bit of a wear test with. So if you'd like to see if this $4 powder is worth picking up, then please keep on watching. Like it says, I do upload a daily video all about budget beauty, so make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can even become a member of this channel by hitting the join button down below. It's $4.99 a month. You get videos 2 days early. You can use special emojis and earn stickers. If you don't want to do that, that is cool too. Still daily uploads. So, okay, so as you can see, I already have brows on. I did skincare, and I'm going to be using foundation, concealer, and stuff that I already know how it works and everything, so that way we can go ahead and try this. So I do have some info pulled up here. So this is a new powder, and it's supposed to give you light coverage matte finishing powder. Complete your look while adding a matte finish with this light coverage finishing powder. It clarifies and refines with tea tree extract and witch hazel. It's supposed to help clarify the skin while reducing redness and the appearance of pores, as it leaves your face feeling fresh and toned. And then has skin-loving ingredients formulated with a nourishing blend of soothing ingredients like chamomile extract, Seabuckthorn, oatmeal, vegetable collagen, eucalyptus oil, and vitamin E. And it's supposed to help soften and condition the skin while leaving it more hydrated, looking plumper, and more elastic. And then it's for all skin types. It's cruelty-free and vegan, which is awesome. So I got this off of Amazon, and it was $3.19. It comes in 4 shades. I did pick it up in the shade Fair Light. So sorry, that's probably a lot of info, but I did want to pull up that info for you, and I want to see how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through putting foundation and concealer on. We'll go ahead and set, and then I do have some other Wet n Wild products, face products to use, but let's go ahead and speed through the foundation concealer application, and then we'll get into the powder. So I'm going to speed right through this. Okay, so foundation and concealer went on great. I'm going to go ahead and set my face now. So this is a finishing powder, so technically I should be using a setting powder first and then a finishing powder, but I don't do that. I don't feel like a lot of people do that, but we're just going to go ahead with this to set. So you do get 0.27 ounces of product, so you don't get a ton. No smell, which surprises me where this does have eucalyptus in it, but we'll go ahead and try this and see how it does. I'm not feeling like I'm getting a ton of powder on my brush, but we'll go ahead and do this anyway. I feel like I really have to scrub into it. So there's not a lot of powder kickback, which is nice. Feeling like it's setting though, which is good. So it is nice that not a ton of powder comes off, so that it might be a little bit more difficult to overset, if that makes sense, to use too much powder. So I'm looking at myself. I'm not seeing flashback. I do have a ring light on as well. The foundation does oxidize a little bit, which is fine because, as you can see, it might look a little bit paler, but the foundation does tone up a little bit. So I feel pretty set. I do feel like it did help to mattify, but I don't feel like I look super duper dry. I didn't use a primer, and I do have one really large pore. I think that's going to be a little bit more difficult for it to fill in, but I feel smooth, I feel set. So yeah, and I'm so, like, watch. I'm gonna try to, so really, really scrubbing in, and I'm not having powder kick up. And so, yeah, you don't have to be afraid about going in with this because you're not going to get a ton of powder onto your brush, which is nice for people that do have a tendency to over powder like myself. So yeah, I'm okay with this so far. We're going to be doing a wear test, seeing how it works. It's 6 in the morning right now, so we are going to have plenty of time to definitely try this out. I'm going to go ahead and go in with some other face products from Wet n Wild. So I'm going to go in with their Color Icon Bronzer in What Shady Beaches. And I'll speed through this. I just kind of wanted to show you. But okay, that went on fine. I have no grabbing of the product, so very nice. And then for blush, I'm going to go ahead. Where's my blush brush? Where is my blush brush? Blush brush, where did you go? I have to grab a different blush brush. Okay, just grabbed a Profusion one. I'm going to go in with the Apricot in the Middle blush. This is a little bit of a more neutral tone, but we'll just go ahead and pick some of this up. Whatever's left on my brush from the powder, I'm just trying to soften that bronzer a little bit. But yeah, everything went on top very nicely. I don't think I'm looking too dry. Haven't put on a setting spray or anything like that, but I think it looks nice. I still have a little bit of shine, a little, yeah, like if you look at my forehead, I haven't put on highlighter or anything like that. So while it does mattify, it doesn't hyper mattify, if that makes sense. I think it looks really, really nice actually. So I am pleasantly surprised with the Bare Focus Clarifying Powder. It looks nice. It's set down everything very nicely, but I don't look like super duper dry, which is nice. So mattifies, but it doesn't take away a ton of your shine. So I can see how this would be good for all skin types. So I'll see you here in a little bit. I'll be definitely wearing more makeup, and we'll just see if this Bare Focus powder from Wet n Wild will help to keep me matte and help everything stay set down and everything like that. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been about 4 hours since I did my base makeup. As you can see, I put on a lot more makeup, but I still think my skin is looking pretty nice. I've noticed a little bit of dryness on my nose. I don't know if I didn't use enough moisturizer, but I think the Wet n Wild clarifying powder is still looking nice. Still look relatively matte. I did put highlighter on, obviously, but yeah, I think it's still looking good. We're about ready to head out here. I'll try to do a check-in in natural lighting, but yeah, I think the powder is doing a good job, and yeah, so yeah. Okay, so this is what my skin's looking like in natural lighting, and yeah, I think it's still looking good. I'm about 7.5 hours in, and I think it still looks nice. So yeah, I'll see you guys here for the last check-in at home. So see you in a minute. Hello. Okay, so it has been a little over 8 hours since I did my base makeup and used the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. And as you can see, I'm looking a little oily. It did a really good job. I mean, it was high 40s today. I was out doing a lot of running around, and I think it held up pretty good. I do want to see if I can touch up with this. So I'm just going to be using my same powder brush, and we'll just go ahead and do this. And the forehead, just want to see if it will, yeah, wow. Yeah, it definitely helped to mattify my forehead. So yeah, this I think would make a great touch-up powder. I don't know how much I would like this with, like, let's say, like a powder puff. I think it might put it on a little thick, but with a brush, I like it a lot, and it totally helped to refresh my makeup. I don't look oily now, so I do like this stuff, especially on Amazon where it's under $4. You don't get a ton of powder off on your brush, so I think this would last a good while. I don't know about the benefits with the tea tree oil and the vegetarian, like vegan collagen. I don't know. I think that's definitely something I'd have to use this more, but I do think it is a really, really nice powder. Um, are my pores visible? Yes. I think if I used a primer, that would have helped, but I do think that this is a really nice powder, especially for being it so affordable. If you do like a pressed powder, I think you would like this. It does come in a translucent shade, and the darkest shade isn't super dark. I'd say it would probably be good for people that have like a deep tan to darker complexion, but I think if you're extremely dark, I think it would still look ashy. So I definitely think they could do a better job with the range. It is a new release. A lot of times with new releases, they will come out with a less color variety. So hopefully, if enough people like this, because I do think it's a good powder, hopefully they will come out with more shades, because I do think it's a nice powder. It's super affordable, and it did a really good job of touching up. I feel like my forehead is smoothed out a lot, like my forehead lines. So I do like this powder. I think it is a Monday must-have for sure. I'll go ahead and link it down below for you. If you're looking for a new pressed powder, this might be one that you want to look at. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free, and it does claim to have some skincare benefits, which is nice. So yeah, I do like it. But anyway, there we go. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and share it. Let me know down below in the comments if you've tried the new Wet n Wild Bare Focus Finishing Powder. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down below. And of course, you are more than welcome to follow me on my social media. I have Facebook and Instagram, and it is at Budget Glam Babe. Don't go anywhere quite yet. Another video should start autoplaying here very shortly, or you can always click on one of the ones that'll be popping up around the screen. But yeah, I'll see you here in just a sec.